Okay, I think we're live. Can you guys hear us in the chat? I'm already seeing ideas for landing pages. Cool.
Damn, we are live, Harry. It's been a while.
Hello.
It's been a couple of weeks since last time.
Yep.
Cool. Let's wait for people to come in. Please say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from.
Cool. I see Paolo, Raphael, Bit Sapiens, Gikamo. Let's go. Jules. Nice. Hello, guys. I'll do a few more Vova, Studio, Robert, Luz, Ankit. So many of you. Awesome. Cool. All right, Christian. Do you want to... Should we get started?
Yeah, let's kick it off. So this is another Lovable live stream. For you that don't know what Lovable is, we are hosting these live streams. What are we building? What is Lovable? Lovable is a personal AI engineer where you can simply describe your idea and you will get a fully working product or website on the other end. If that sounds cryptic or sounds confusing, you'll see it very soon. You'll see an example of how we can use it. And that's the main point with these live sessions, to sort of build live, try to make them as interactive as possible and get as much input from the people that are in the audience. So keep that chat alive and we'll be asking a lot of questions. But before we start, maybe just a quick round of intros. My name is Christian. I'm the product guy here at Lovable. Yeah, who else do we have here? Harry, you want to say a couple words?
Yeah. Hi, guys. Harry Roper. I'm an AI enterprise consultant and then a Lovable ambassador as well. I love using the product. We use it every day at work. And I guess that's why I'm here. We've also got Stefan in the chat. So if everybody could press 1 for Stefan, if you can. Give him a little shout out. Your guys' comments, pulling stuff up. So if you have any questions, I see lots of you talking already in the chat, which is cool. Just put any of your questions in there and Stefan will bring them up every now and then as well.
Yes, cool. And as I said before, we're going to be building. That's what we're doing these sessions. But before we jump into that, there's a couple things on the housekeeping list. So one thing I want to do a shout out to is we just launched dev mode into general availability. So until today, you could use dev mode to view your code without leaving Lovable, and it's a very nice way of sort of getting getting an understanding of what is behind the sort of the application. What sort of structure does your repository have? What are the pieces of code that sort of that sort of power your application or website? But today, what we've made general available is like the ability to edit the code. So you can now not only see it and view it, but also make small changes without having to connect to GitHub and using your preferred tool for editing code. You can just do it in Lovable. So this is maybe mostly relevant for developers, but also as an aspiring developer or somebody that gets more comfortable, you can start making maybe small changes. And just a caveat, so Lovable's dev mode is like the editing capabilities only available for paid users. The viewing capabilities is available for all users. What do you use dev mode for, Harry? Are you big on editing code yourself, or you're just fully reliant on AI?
I mean, I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but like whenever you just want to change a color or a bit of text and you don't want to waste a credit or like run prompts to do that and wait a load of time, really useful just to be able to like go in and just quickly change a line of code or something.
Yeah.
And I think knowing how to read code will help you guys a lot with your building. So I can only recommend getting in there and exploring it and just trying to see like how is the project working underneath as well.
Makes sense. Couple other things on the housekeeping list. So we have been working a lot on reliability. We've been sharing our progress on our changelog emails and on Twitter. One of the main improvements you should have noted if you're using Supabase is that we've done a bunch of, we've sort of squashed a bunch of bugs related to how we handled edge functions. So a lot of you were having issues with edge functions being rewritten, and sort of AI not understanding that you had existing endpoints that were doing some logic, which is like creating new ones. We've fixed a bunch of stuff that will make edge functions just run smoother. So yeah, feel free to test them if you had issues and sort of abandon them. Like, give it another try. It should be working much better. And we also just shipped a bunch of UI updates in the past 2 days. So you'll see that the chat now scrolls with every message. We also have a new page dropdown user interface, and we have kind of revamped the actions in the top bar of our editor. So it might take a couple minutes to get accustomed, but we think we're kind of trying to do a general pass on our UI. And yeah, if you have any feedback on that, please drop a message on Discord or in the chat, and we'll make sure we take a note. But yeah, back to today's live stream. What are we doing, Harry? We had a bit of a clickbait title, I'm not going to lie.
I think we can get there here. Like,
Yeah.
for me, I think what would be really cool to do today with you guys is to try and build some landing pages. I think Lovable is a great tool for that. But I'd love to ask everybody in chat, what should we build the landing page for? Like, what should be the theme be? I want to think about who the client is, what they're selling, and I need your help. So if you can let me know in chat what you think. And I think Stefan also asked everybody, do we want to do it section by section and one shot? It's kind of in the middle at the moment as well. So it'd be interesting to know. Should we just run a big prompt, or should we do it section by section? There'll be a little delay, I think, so we'll have to wait to see what everybody puts. What should we build, Christian? Have you got any ideas?
So I just want to build a landing page that allows us to be creative. I just don't want to I want to just pick something that will sort of push us to be a bit more bold than your usual standard business or SaaS landing page. So that's my only request. Let's see what people say though. So I'm seeing a lot of stuff here. Calendar integration. We talked about that, Harry, before. Yep. Wedding entertainment, creative agency. That's pretty cool. Pretty open. Probably lets us do a lot. Nonprofit, dog trainer.
I've seen horse owner twice. That's hilarious. And we've got 3 or 4 for horse owner.
Horse owner. But what is a horse owner?
What does it do, guys? What does it build? Like, you can't just say horse owner. Like, what do we need to build as well? What does a horse owner do? We got loads coming in. Local tours, a food delivery app, another horse owner.
Oh man. Landing page for space travel. That's a cool one. Landing space for like future space travel. I love that.
That would be very cool. We could use some AI generation as well to make something. Okay. All right, guys. Nobody's giving me ideas as to what the horse owner does, so we're not doing that one. All right, chat. Come on. Okay. A shop that sells horse meat. Come on.
Horse table.
That's too controversial. Cool. Let's maybe just try. We can come back to the horse one maybe, but let's try a space one.
Okay. So what is this, Harry? Like a space, like a travel agency of the future, where you kind of book your flight to Mars, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, I think you can do already like out of orbit trips. They're like a couple $1 million. So we could try and build something like that. Like, people can purchase a seat on a ship that's gonna take you out of the atmosphere, maybe, and then back down to Earth.
Nice.
Okay. Guys, what is everybody with horses today? Come on, chat.
Horse owner in space.
Okay.
Who planted the seed?
Horses in space. Okay, maybe that could be the branding there. Who knows?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I think there's something there.
Pretty cool. All right, guys, there's something here now. I think I just need my screen lifted up. If you can, Christian, that would be awesome.
Yes. Give me a second. There you go. You're up and running.
Okay. All right. Wow. Space agency. Okay. So I think there's 2 ways to go about this. One, we can do it section by section. One, we could try and get Lovable to do the whole generation up front. Claude 3.7's got really good now. So I think we can take the risk here. So let's just we're going to put a space agency landing page. The target audience is wealthy individuals who are paying for a trip on a rocket that allows you to experience 0G in the Earth's atmosphere. Something I like to do here for prompting is to tell Lovable what it is. So you are a CRO expert. CRO is short for conversion rate optimization. And then I'll also put something at the end of the prompt, which will be like, make sure to follow conversion rate optimization best practices. So we can actually try and get some of these wealthy millionaires to actually purchase a seat with us as well.
Can you decouple what conversion rate optimization is all about, Harry, for those noobs like me?
Yeah. So basically, when you build a landing page, you're always thinking about what is my target or what is my goal. So for our case, it might be purchasing a seat. For some of you who are running agencies, it might be booking calls. So you're trying to think about how does everything on the landing page lead to that like one decision, whether it's booking a call, purchasing a subscription, et cetera, et cetera. And conversion rate optimization is basically where you look at your landing page and you think, where can I optimize this based on best practices to get that conversion? So like something really simple that could be a conversion rate optimization tip is like your button, you shouldn't have more than like 2 buttons or 1 button or more than 2 CTAs, you know, these kind of little things. Thankfully, because we were using an LLM, that knowledge is kind of baked in. So I can just say the keyword, which is, hey, can you just make sure this is CRO optimized in this? Cool. This is looking awesome.
And Harry, it's interesting because with your prompt now, you're kind of betting on Lovable just filling all the gaps. You're not being specific about the sections. You're not being specific at all about the content. You're kind of just like writing with the uncertainty and just letting the LLM sort of do a first pass, taking all the assumptions for you.
That's a great point. And I think like there's fun in doing broad prompts like that you can be surprised a little bit as to what Lovable builds for you in this case. But yeah, I think as you said, like another way to go about it is we could list out all the sections, blah, 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 but we want to get in. Let's build.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, whilst this is generating, I'm going to go over to Replicate. If you guys haven't used Replicate before, it's a really cool provider that has all of these different image models that you can get access to. So we had Zeke on another time for a live stream, but you can do something as simple as this, where you can just select the model, and I can put in the prompt. And because everybody's going crazy for horses, let's do a logo for a space company, and their mascot is a horse. And we can run this a couple of times. If you do this in Replicate's Playground, it's really easy. You can generate a bunch really quickly. This is looking good. What does everybody in chat think? How can we improve this image? Let me know, and I'll improve the prompt. And in the meantime, let's go back to Lovable. I mean, Christian, I don't know if you've noticed it, but with like 3.7 now, it's just a beast at generating all of this content, huh?
Yeah, I find landing pages as well. They have quite a bit of content, and so it does take a bit longer than it used to for Sonnet 3.7. For the good and for the bad.
Yeah, it's adding some questions and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, like an FAQ section. Yeah. So I guess my going back to the dilemma, Harry, you were going on before, but like there's another version of this where you start with like, oh, I just want the hero page and the nav bar, and then you sort of are extremely intentional about the sections, which maybe is a better method if you have like a super clear idea in your head of exactly what sections you want and how you want them to look.
Yep.
But you're just in this case, you just like basically per definition vibe coding here.
Yeah, you're feeling the vibe, right? Yeah, exactly. I think it's good to explore both options.
Yeah.
Depends, as you said, like how clear of an idea you have, or if you needed like jam on ideas.
Yeah. Damn.
Whoa. Cool. So it's done a bit of branding. This is cool. Okay. Very cool. So this is the cool thing about like leaving a broad prompt, right? Because it's actually it's taken into context the zero G stuff I was talking about as one of our features. It's put together a little story. What to expect during weightlessness. Quite
Great.
cool. Why choose zero C? Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. Included with your experience. This is everything a landing page would need. Here's our prices.
Oh damn, expensive. Expensive to go to space.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, what does Ultimate get us? 20 plus minutes of weightlessness. Wow. So we're going to add a little bit more rocket fuel, I think, for that price. Cool. We've
Does
got
even
some
the
test.
quotes make sense? Nice.
And wow, the FAQs as well. Is it safe? Nice. All right, guys. What do you think? Do we carry on with this, or do we go back and we'll do it section by section? What does chat think? The horse in negative space. I like that as well. Space helmet with a smile. That's good for the image. An Elon horse.
Let's just recognize that how incredible it is that you got a custom made, extremely detailed website with one single prompt.
Yes.
And this is all code that you own and you can iterate on from here. But how insane is that? And
Yeah,
you can
no.
literally click on publish, buy a domain, connect it to Lovable, and there you have it.
And you're good. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, there's a lot of section by section.
Okay, let's do that. I think we can use this plan that we've got here for another one. So I'll come back to this, and we can nab some of the sections because I think it's done a good job. Maybe the design is a little bit.
Yeah, I feel the design is a bit off. It's like Space
Yeah,
Jam,
a little bit
early
questionable.
early 2000s. Yeah.
Let's do a blank page with just a hero. No.
Oh wow, you're going really bare bones.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go. It also makes this live stream be a bit more interesting for the viewers. Like we could just wrap it up now, maybe, but
Yeah. I like that. I think what's fun and what we're showing here, right, is like nothing's perfect, and it really is like about exploration with Lovable. So it might be that you do like a whole page prompt, and then you're going to go through this section by section. As we said at the beginning, it might be that you just start with the hero and kind of build from there. But what I like about this, Chris, honestly, is that it's given us a lot of ideas for sections.
yeah,
It's done a lot of copywriting for us. So I'll actually use some of this, I think.
cool.
As we go. Right, let's get some more horses. Keep you all in chat happy with me. Okay. Oh, that's dope.
Are these PNGs, Harry? Can you do they? No, but I guess you can remove the.
I can remove it though. Let's go back to here. This is still writing. So if you want to remove an image background really fast, remove.bg. I highly recommend it. It's a great little tool. As you can see, I can just paste the image.
Boom.
It gets rid of the background. And then I'll make sure to add this to Lovable. Okay, cool. So this is probably a good example to go and look for some inspiration for heroes online of what you want. Why is it a 10K website? Well, we're going to use Mobbin. And Mobbin's really cool because it's all screens from apps that are already published. And they're from some of the biggest as well in the States and beyond. So I can go to Mobbin. I can look at marketing pages, look at hero sections. And I'm just going to see if there's one that I like here that we can use for our space program. This is cool with the image. Let's have a look. maybe something like this. It's really simple. We can replace the image on the right. And I like the way that it's formatted the text on the left there. Let's go back. And I'm going to paste to Lovable the image of the landing page. I'm going to say redesign the landing page here to match this. The brain on the right, I will replace. So just put a placeholder now. Also add the navbar. Cool. So sometimes with designs that you feed Lovable, you want to actually call out the things that you want to copy. So like, for example, if I did want to copy this speech bubble brain thing, you would talk about it in the prompt. You would say like, I want you to copy this. I like the lines in it, etc. Because we're just doing layout, you can be quite broad here. And I've also just said, we need the navbar as well.
Yeah. So while that runs, there's a couple questions here that are worth addressing. So Phyllis is asking, is there a user manual that will walk you through all the functionalities? So we have a docs that Stefan is doing a great job at. We try to keep it up to date. So that's a great spot just to get like an overview over everything Lovable can do. We have a bunch of videos like this one on our YouTube channel that you can revisit. And we have a very vibrant community in Discord. So I would advise you to check out those three places. Also a question on, will this be available later? Yes, we publish all the live streams on YouTube. You're free to check them out. Once they're done, they'll be there for eternity. So, all right, you got something pretty similar. It really took everything almost, right?
Yep. Yeah, it did. So I think everything's a little bit big for me right now, especially the buttons. So one of the things I love to say to Lovable is make it a bit more elegant and a bit smaller. These combinations, you can get like a really nice looking feel. And then just calling out the other parts of the page that I want to change. So like the buttons, I want the colors to be blue, and then remove any Grammarly writing and just change the navbar as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so there's a question here by Valerie Madden, maybe for you, Harry. So if your site functions and is working, but you want a different look and feel, how good is Lovable at changing and updating the look and feel without breaking functionality, I guess? And I guess you just did that, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. It's really good. I think just like if you have a really big app, we always talk about it in streams, but you should do things like bit by bit. If you guys have a huge app and you say, can you change the entire theme to neo-brutalism or whatever, it's going to really struggle. AIs can only read so much and edit so much at the moment. So just like do it bit by bit, go through it section by section, like we are here with the landing page. Shout out visual edits because we're doing that right now. As you saw, I was just able to click edit. I selected this bit down below and I've just deleted it, so we don't need it. There we go. Cool.
We might have a bug. I think there's a bug with the.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, let's add the horse stuff. So I'm gonna add P5JS to the hero to replace the image holder. I want it to be a moon, and what's the word where it's like going around, and there's a horse orbiting around the planet with a slight trail. Use the image attached, and what I'll do is I'll take that horse we had
and add it
here
to the prompt.
Yep.
Cool. We have a question here by Anise. She's asking, do we think designers will need to learn how to code with all these new AI tools like Lovable or V0, or all changes can be done with prompts? I don't know what your take is, Harry. I think these tools will unlock a lot of designers to build, and I don't think we like, I don't think coding knowledge will be required, especially as things get better and better. I mean, you can already go extremely far with Lovable as a non-technical person that is technically curious and sort of and that helps. I'm not going to say here that knowing nothing about how the things work under the hood is how you get the furthest. I think if you have a sort of understand the building blocks of what a website is, what a full stack application is, the components that make up a full stack website, you'll be able to go further currently. But I think models will just get better and better. They'll be able to read and understand your intent, and soon I think having no knowledge will stop being a barrier. That's my take. And I think, Harry, I mean, you're a designer, right, by trade, and you sort of like have become very proficient using tools like Lovable.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Webflow user, you'll know the pain of having to do something like this, where you're spending an hour clicking UI to move elements around, whereas like you're seeing how quick it is with prompting. I'm not saying that, you know, you shouldn't use those tools, but it definitely feels a lot more freer for me being able to just prompt and kind of put a design together. I tell everyone it's good that you know a little bit of code. I say that not because you need to write it, but it's really nice when you can just click the dev mode here and come in and just look at, okay, so I've got my pages, I've got my components, here's the hero. Okay, I want to change this copy, so I know that I can do that here, change the copy up, save it, and then close dev mode again. And you can see how you can quickly get into this rhythm of just making small changes that aren't going to cost you credit. So it definitely helps to know a little bit of code, but you don't need it. And I would say that when I first started, Christian can attest to this, but I didn't know how to code as well that well. So, you know, you don't need to be a genius. But yeah, interested to know, guys, in chat, like, who have you code? Who are your designers? What do you do day to day? Are you looking at dev mode at the moment? Are you just doing all the prompting? I'd be really interested to know. Maybe you can let me know, Christian, as I can't see, but
yeah.
Really curious. All right, we're just fixing bugs right now. A classic with P5.js sometimes. That is okay. We'll just do this again.
Yeah, also, I would love to chat to tell us how often you're using visual edits to edit text and sort of play with update the front end and design. Okay, we see some devs, see some designers, wannabe devs. It's
Nice.
a growing category. Cool. Not looking at dev code. Yeah, it's a bit of everything. Somebody rightly points out, is there actually even a difference between designers and devs now?
That's a great point. I don't think so. Huh?
Well, I still think there is, but it's definitely like becoming less clear.
Yep.
Cool, Harry. You're struggling with P5.js. I've actually had some issues myself with P5.js. It takes a couple. Maybe chat mode could be useful here, Harry, or?
Yes, really good point. Let's do that. We'll scan, make a plan. So if you ever do get stuck and you're like me and you're looking at errors and you're like, oh, what the hell am I meant to do right now? How do I fix this? Don't worry. One of the things you can do is run chat mode. And you see here how it goes through and reads the code to try and understand what's going on. So, yep, I'm going to implement that plan. That looks good. We'll skip to the next section if this doesn't work in a minute. I want to keep building and not let us get stuck. We can always revisit it. Maybe we can.
We're active today. It's great.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe there's a relevant question here. Trying to find it. So, do lovable websites rank? I think historically they haven't ranked very well when it comes to SEO, but we just did some changes to our prompt and how landing pages are created. and we now have included like SEO, the main SEO tags in the index file, the robots txt that will allow search engines to sort of crawl your site and index it. And we also added open graph images, support for open graph images, which means that when you share a Lovable site, you should see a nice preview describing what the link contains. When you paste something in Slack or Messenger or WhatsApp, you get sort of this like square, it has an image and some text. So we've improved that, I think last week. So yeah, somebody's asking, I don't see the mode in my Composer. So if you want to enable chat mode, it's a labs feature, which means that it's a feature that is kind of still experimental. It means that we don't know whether we're going to ship it to all our users yet. So if you want to test it, you can enable it by going to your account settings and toggling chat modes, and that will make sure you have the chat mode option. So go ahead and do that if you want to give it a test. But again, this is all experimental features. It could be pulled any day. Somebody's giving us beef here, saying this doesn't look like a 10K website. Let's do better.
Give us some time. We're getting there.
Nice, love it. I'm gonna put it here on the. We need to do better, Harry. We already have 30 minutes in. We need to.
We need to keep pushing. That's fine. So I'm going to keep looking for some inspiration on mobbing. I'd be interested to know, what do you guys think? Do you think a 10K website is one that converts well, or is it one that looks good? What's your opinions on that? What is actually a 10K website for you guys? Let's look for some scrollable timelines. Maybe I'll just say here, like, can we make it an interactive experience where the sections are sticky and the user follows them one by one? Cool.
Yeah. So while you run that, Harry, a question from Alonso. So once you have a final version that you're happy with, how do you actually like put this website in a place for it to live where you don't risk making any changes from accidental prompts?
Yeah, good question. So there's a couple of options, really. Publish is a great one because you need to hit publish every time for it to update. Another one is using branching, which is part of the GitHub integration. That's under project settings. And then finally, like, some people like to host with Lovable. Some people like to host off the platform. We use Savala in my team as one of our places that we like to do. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Can I click these as well? Dope.
Karima putting some heat in here. If I'm being taken out, one razzle dazzle.
What does that mean? Cool. Okay, I'm going to keep pushing forward because I want to get the sections in, then we can focus on design.
Okay.
Let's keep pushing. Okay. I like this, but it's very cool because it's talking about the experience that they're going to have and selling that a little bit more. So let's copy this.
And here, what's your approach here, Harry? You're kind of like building up the content and the structure, and then I'm assuming that eventually then you'll transition to design, and then we'll add the razzle and the dazzle towards the end.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the key here, right? Like, this all looks like very basic Shadcn website. I get that, guys. All right, give me a break. Give me a break. But the idea, is to fill it in afterwards. And like, landing pages can take weeks, they can take days, but it depends how much effort you're willing to put in. And I think that just taking that time to do like the extra bits, that will be what takes this website from a 2K one to a 10K one. And add that razzle dazzle. I like that a lot. For benefits. Cool. How can we improve this, guys? Anybody got any suggestions so far for the landing page? Design, copy.
I think colors. I think we need some animations in the background. If we can get P5JS do animations for the entire site, maybe
that'd be cool.
Like a space themed. That could be cool. What else? What are people saying in chat? Parallax, generate background, the space-based.
That's cool. I like the space-based background.
Cool. Like animations. I mean, we have some of it now with this sort of timeline.
But a little bit more as well.
Yeah. People are like super, super angry with us not adding horses.
All right, guys, we got you. Okay, that's that. Did I like this section? Okay. Do a refresh of this. Cool. Okay. Very crappy looking, but that's good.
Okay, pricing.
Get that down.
Yeah, people have a good point. It should definitely be dark mode.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, I guess we just make a dark theme. Like it doesn't have to be dark mode. It's just we should make the whole thing
a dark theme. Sounds good. I like that idea. Nice job, guys. Let's go. Keep the ideas coming. And what are Lovable focusing on at the moment, Christian? What's the focus for the team?
currently? We are building up to an upcoming launch where we will bundle a lot of stuff that we have already released, but there'll be some exciting updates, some both on making it a platform that is easier to work with others, and also just an upgrade in the smartness of Lovable.
Nice.
So yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Nice. What else are people saying in chat? It's a bunch of comments, a bunch of input. They want AI support in chat. A lot of animations. Yeah, we need to pivot, Harry, to the fun stuff.
I think I'm done in terms of structure. Sorry, that was the boring part. Let's get the P5 working and start adding some animations as well. I'm going to go to 21st Dev and see if there's anything I can steal from there. This is a great little site, if you guys haven't seen it, where they have like lots of pre-built components. So you can kind of take what they have and put the prompt into Lovable directly. Let's see. Definitely a dark theme. Yep. That's very
fancy.
Cool. That's very cool. So we'll go to copy prompt, and I'll go back to our hero. Make the landing page .themed.
So somebody's asking, what's the website? Maybe Harry, you can give an update on what we've been building.
Yeah. So thanks to chat, we're building a horse-themed space travel agency. If you guys have seen, at the moment, it's possible to buy a ticket with SpaceX and other companies where you can ride a rocket all the way to the Earth's atmosphere, experience 0G, and then it brings you back down afterwards. It's a couple million a ticket at the moment, so we're quite cheap, but we're here to disrupt this space.
Nice.
and that's basically what we're trying to do today, build a landing page where we're incentivizing people to sign up for a flight experience. And chat decided it's horse themed, so we need to make sure that we do that as well. This is going to be quite a long prompt to run, I think. It might be worth if there's any more questions to take.
Yeah, let me see here. There's a bunch of them. People are very curious to see how you can update favicon, and maybe we can get to that eventually. I assume you've done that before, Harry.
Yeah, I've got a really good resource for that actually that we can use.
Cool. But that's something we can cover. They want to book in future as well. What else? Yeah, there's a couple people asking for the favicon, so we should definitely cover that.
Okay.
And somebody asking about where you can get these cool animations. So Harry was showing us a site called 21st Dev, which is a super useful site if you want to sort of copy paste certain interactions or components.
And we'll do that now. I'm going to ask it to add these paths. Add this paths component to the...
Cool. There's a bunch of interesting questions here. Somebody's asking how to connect the pricing with an actual e-commerce or with an actual payments integration. Somebody else is asking, how can we make your website a CMS? So I think these two questions point to the fact that we're now building a sort of static front-end only website. As soon as you want stuff like email form or dynamic content that you want to configure yourself, or you want to add a pricing sort of checkout experience, then it goes into sort of the full stack territory. So you'll need to either integrate it with a third party provider for the content management system or for payments, or you could use our Supabase integration that makes that very, very easy. You could use Supabase for content. It's not the tool, the best tool for it. It wasn't designed for that. It's more to store general application data. But you could do that, or you could try integrating Lovable with something like Strapi. There's a ton of other sort of CMS backends that you can connect to. And we should do a video about that actually at some point.
Maybe we can do part 2 on this, and we'll add a CMS.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Okay, so it's nice. Okay, it's looking better. It's looking
coming
better.
Together. Dark mode
like,
was a huge shout. Well done, chat. Great job.
I want I think fonts. We could do better with fonts.
Okay.
Fonts are very standard.
Actually, quite interestingly, cow.com released a font the other day called Cow Sans. I wonder if it's in Google yet. We've got Roboto, Open Sans. I don't know, Chris, what would you recommend?
I actually just would leave it up to I would just say something like fancy, spacey. Yeah. Modern, futuristic, modern font, and see what Lovable gives me.
Nice. Add some futuristic font for the space themed landing page set as base font for entire website. And then we'll keep going through our refactor of the design. Space grotesque, okay. Let's see what that looks like.
Ooh, I'm a bit afraid it's going to look like like a stereotypical space website. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, this is all part of building live, right? Just jamming. We're vibing. We're vibing.
Oh man, the horse meme continues. I hope this doesn't become a trend in other live streams.
We need more horses. I hear chat. We got you. We got you. I feel like we might have to do a part 2 though, with the amount of time that we have left. Would you guys be up for a part 2? If we carry this on? Okay. Not bad, to be honest. Not bad.
Is that yeah, that's with the not bad.
Not bad, right?
No. I don't know how you feel. Do you like this carousel thing? This scrolling?
Maybe it has to go, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe it has to go.
I think you have to toggle on the edit. I think there's a bug there, Harry. We need to fix that. Yeah.
No problem. Okay. Maybe I do something broad here. Like, how can we improve the timeline section so it feels less gimmicky? Maybe another animation, parallax. So this is cool. You can ask Lovable chat mode. It will go through and read the code. It's going to look at the section. We could give it some design, but I like giving the LLM choice sometimes, a bit like Chris suggested with the font, and see if there's anything that we could do.
Yeah, people want the part 2, Harry.
They want the part 2. Let's do it. Okay, cool. Cool.
Which speaks to the truth that we have been focusing a lot on full stack super base powered applications. We haven't really given the front end much love.
No design, no.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys here giving us ideas in chat, that is why we're doing it. It's really cool to build with all of you live. So if you have any ideas of things we can build with you or help out with, please let us know in chat. Because this is for you. As much as it is fun, me and you just making a space-themed horse travel agency as well, Chris. Okay, let's click that again.
I think it's still working.
The page refreshed randomly, so I wonder if I broke it.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
No problem.
Somebody's asking, what is parallax?
Yeah, good question. If you've ever played a video game, like a 2D one, and you'll see in the background you'll have like the trees in the forefront, and maybe you have some mountains in the background. And what you'll see as you run with your character in the 2D game is the backgrounds will slowly cross each other, and that's called a parallax effect. It was really popular back in the day, web design wise, but I think we've moved on from that trend now. But it's cool to add some level of depth to your websites. So to have like an animated background. I'm going to refresh this. And let's just copy the prompt in case it's the implement plan button. And let's put this prompt in here. Mm-hmm. Oh no, the demo gods are not wanting us to build anymore. Let's see if we can fix this.
This is the preview window.
This is the project.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whilst that loads, chat, here you go. Let's do some more horsey stuff. I don't like that it's done like a really realistic horse. It looks a bit weird. Wonder if there's like a cartoon one we can do for our space brand. That's cursed.
Actually, can you go for that one? I love it.
Should we go for this one? Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my god. Okay, we're back.
Oops. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Oh, that's looking pretty good. I mean, bit weird. With
there's some cool stars in the background. It's added. I think we should make those more prominent. Make the stars prompt lot though for some reason. More apparent experience.
Do we need the experience timeline, or can we just have the thing in the center? Like, I don't know how much value it adds to have this bookmark.
Yeah, I agree. It's too much, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm on the left. Exactly. I was going to say that. Cool. People are freaking out about the favicon, so we'll cover it. We'll cover it. We might go a bit over the 1 hour mark, but we'll make sure we cover it.
Well, I can show a quick example of that. So, if you ever want to set the favicon for a Lovable website, all you need to do is create your favicon. So let's do a favicon of a horse riding a rocket. See if Replicate and Google can generate us anything here. Cool. Maybe minimal and simple is a good keyword to throw in here. There we go. Oh, this one's really cool. So I'd copy this, and then you can just paste it into Lovable. And here I can say change the website favicon to this. Now this is pretty big, so I don't know how good it's going to look in our website, but
yeah, it's probably like favicon generators where you can take an image and try to convert it to the proper, because I think there are like, aren't there like standard sizes?
There are. It's like 100 by 100 or something, or even smaller, 50 by 50, I think.
Yeah, so I wonder if this is going to work. Maybe it will.
Let's have a look. Then I need to go to our preview page. Nope. Let's convert it then. So we'll go to here, copy this, favicon generator. PNG to ICO. Okay. Back to replicate and save. Nice, cool.
It gives you zip files, so maybe I wonder what format they are.
There's an ICO here. It's super small, but I wonder if we can use the ICO file.
Yeah.
We'll have to commit it. Maybe I can use this.
if this doesn't work, we'll make sure to do an update here on. We should actually make sure Lovable knows exactly what to do for these kind of things. It's probably a very standard thing you want to change.
Yep. And if you guys see any other stuff like this with the platform, you should definitely get in the Discord and give feedback, so that the guys can see what the priority is as well. There's also feedback.lovable.dev, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Where people can submit their own ideas as well.
So I see it's linking to. It's linking to a bunch of other favicon images for some reason.
That's okay. Let's close this. Go back to here.
Nope.
So annoying. It usually works, but it's just because we're doing a live stream.
We'll follow up on this for sure.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Stars are looking pretty sweet, actually. What the hell? That's awesome. So remove the mission timeline on the left and make the main timeline more central. Some people are asking about icons as well, so let's replace the icons here.
And don't remember the name in the navbar and the logo in the navbar as well.
Yeah, and the copy. We'll fix it up. So if you guys want a cool resource, type in animated icons, and then you can come to this website here. It's a free resource where you can get a bunch of different animated icons, as you see. And they're all pretty well animated in general. You can also just copy them directly and bring them into your app. So let's look at this. Pre-flight training, maybe we can find if there is like a rocket. Very cool. Let's copy that and bring that one in. Very interesting. I love these little stars. That's such a cool little detail. I think that we should definitely push that a bit more. This like star thing.
Agree.
It'd be cool.
Nice. Let's see that change worked.
Dude.
There we go. Much better.
Nice. Look
much better.
One change I'm going to make is make the cards in the timeline glassmorphism. This is a design style. It basically adds like a blurry glass texture to cards. It's really nice for these kind of like more futuristic kind of themed websites. So it's just a small change, but it will add a nice effect, I think, here.
Cool. And Harry, why do you think our landing page is a good idea as a project to just get started and get comfortable with Lovable?
Yeah, really good question. I mean, chat, like if you aren't used to designing, it's a really great way to start learning how to build front ends. You can also learn a bit more about marketing and conversion, which we talked about. How do I get a user to purchase something with me? And there's a lot more thought that goes into it sometimes than just a template. So it's really good to just have this exercise of like maybe not having to worry about the back end or writing features and stuff, but more just focusing on the look and feel. of your app.
Yeah.
And as you've seen, we just go through it like section by section, adding things that are fun, and it feels more vibe codey. You know, we're adding animations and stars and our own thing. I mean,
I've also noticed that a lot of people in Lovable are building like these super like complex apps with super base that store data, use AI, and I think one lesson I've learned the hard way is that you can build a perfect app, but you sort of need like a storefront, an attractive storefront to get people in to use the app in the first place. So building extremely optimized website that looks good, that communicates trust, is super important. You can build in the dark, build a perfect product, but you need to have a way of getting users in the door. So and landing pages are exactly for that.
Exactly, it's going to be the crucial parts of people even using the app. As Chris said, it's like your front door.
Yeah.
So it's very important to focus on it. I just noticed a small bug with the timeline that I'm fixing. It's quite snappy between the animations here of the cards, so I just want to smooth that out.
Cool. Oh, dude, we're getting some hate for the live stream title. No landing page costs 10K. Is that true? I'm sure some.
Is that true? I think you guys have to tune into part 2 because definitely building it in one session is not how it's going to go. I think we need a little bit more time, a little bit more work on it. I mean, you know, if you want to make, how much are we charging for this? If you want to make 9K or 15K per person, we need more time. Would be interested to know as well, guys. Like, what do you think goes into a 10K landing page, chat? Like, what's missing for you at the moment that's not a 10K page?
Yeah. I mean, I know for sure from reading the comments, there's an important thing we're missing: the horse that we have the image ready for, and the logo and the name in the nav bar.
Okay, nice. Nice. Let's get a horse. Well, what are we going for again? The goofy one, right?
I like one that has the white background, so we can remove it. Maybe. Yes.
This one.
I like the second one. That one. It just makes me happy.
Get a remove.bg. Get that background removed.
Nice.
Like that's our hero.
This is gonna be like day and night. You'll see the second we add it is just gonna make the website.
This is it.
Nice.
That is incredible. Oh, this did a not so nice change, so I'm going to get that gone. I like the animation though coming in. That's cool.
Yeah. Yes, and actually something we should do before we wrap up today, Harry, as well, is just publish it and show the people how to publish this website, and maybe explain the difference between the Lovable domain and the one, the sort of custom domain you can connect to your Lovable project to have your own detached from Lovable proper internet address.
Yep. Yeah. We should add a domain in part 2 for sure.
Yeah.
And publish this live.
Cool. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think you asked already, but what do you want part 2 to focus on? I think we had some ideas already, right? It was something about maybe connecting to a CMS to handle content. There's something about maybe adding a checkout experience. But tell us in the chat what else you want to see in part 2, if we're going to do a part 2 for this series.
Yeah. What do you guys want?
And Harry, talking about part 2s and part 3s and 4s and finales, we need to do our finale on the language, the Spanish language app that we never launched. And
on Ruta, yes.
I mean, maybe let's ask here. Let's ask later once we get the answers on the first question. But it would be interesting to see how many people have tuned in for those.
Yep. Just a reminder in general, guys, like if you want to watch any of the series that we've done a lot now on building different types of apps, doing different types of designs. We've had some people from the Lovable team join us. They're all on YouTube. Good God, he's big.
I wonder.
So
I don't think we support resizing images in visual edits. That would be something to add for sure.
I'm just halving it here because it is very big.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's night and day, the difference of having it on the page.
It is, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
Nice.
What do people want in part 2?
Favicon. There's a lot of favicon. Just get the super base, maybe adding some full stack capabilities.
Cool.
Animations, personalized components. Integration with existing website or WordPress.
Cool.
Nice.
I will add our logo as well to the top here.
Is the logo the horse and the rocket, or is it more like low-key one?
Maybe it's the low-key one.
Okay.
The horse theme has thrown me off completely. I'm going to think about this part 2, how we can do that better. But you know, I hope you guys feel like we're listening to you, chat, and we're taking on board your advice.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any ideas for improving this horse theme, DM me on Twitter after, and I'm open to ideas.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna just change the copy here and the nav bar, and then I think that's a good place to leave it for today.
Yeah, maybe publish it, even though it's not regardless of not using a custom domain. I think publishing is nice.
Great idea. Let's look.
Nice. Who here in chat has been tuning into the language learning app that me and Harry built but never launched? I would love to see hands up. Not yet. Never say never.
Never say never. Okay. So I'm just going to say here, after it's done this thing. Damn, it really is night and day with that rocket horse. Good damn. Damn it. Well, you was right, chat. Okay, cool. That's looking a little bit better. Still a bit crusty. We need to update the design. Okay, change the copy of the hero to better match our landing page copy. Also update the nav bar to link to just the sections on the landing page. Update the logo with the following image. So kind of putting a few prompts in here. I think with the smaller changes, you can kind of chain prompts like this. Obviously, though, if you're giving it like a huge prompt, it might struggle. So always take a little bit of care whenever you're doing changes. Thankfully, we're working with a landing page. It's pretty simple today.
Nice.
Sweet. Horse astronaut is going in.
Yeah. So there's some people that are still in the full stack band. They're like, next demo, more complex with UI form interaction and backend Postgres database integration, which I guess gets into Superbase territory.
That's awesome. So we can add some forms, maybe do a pricing next week as well.
Yeah.
And then I'd be interested to know how we can improve the design as well. If anybody has any ideas around that. Okay, so if it messed up on the copy, so I'll make sure to fix that. Okay, nice. So the copy in the hero should be around a space agency that takes you to 0 G in the Earth's atmosphere. Also, rename word flow in navbar to.
Oh, yeah.
What's a great chat? What's a great name for this company that's horse based? Let me know. I won't do that prompt yet. I'll wait for you.
Let's see what they say. Also, what happened there, Harry? You told it to improve the copy, and it just like improved the existing copy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
I thought by directing it to the landing page it would know, but I think I should have used chat mode there, so it could have scanned all of the pages and
Yeah.
all the sections to figure it out. But hey, hey, we'll write another prompt in this case.
Nice.
Hey, Harry,
Yeah.
tell them hi.
Yeah, we'll do. We have a mirror here saying hi, Harry.
Hello.
Horse X, horsepower, and there's a lot of mushrooms in space, space horse, horse around, horse flow. You pick, Harry.
I liked Horse X and Horse Flow. Which one do
I
you
like
like?
horse. I must say I like horse. Yeah, there's a bunch of Horse X +2, +3. So I think we have a winner.
Horse X. Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, you could do this with visual edits.
I could.
Isn't this a great candidate for visual edits?
It is. I wanted to do a secondary prompt, but yeah, you could click here and then just click content.
I
And
see. I see.
and yeah, I want to put the name in the hero as well, or like call that out. It's quite a powerful little name. It'd be a shame to let it go.
Oh, Space Biscuit is a good one.
Oh,
ciao.
I think we're too late already, but
yeah,
that was a great suggestion. Whoever put that through, nice job.
Horse X is the winner. Vibe horsing.
Vibe horsing.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people having issues with replacing logos and Lovable creating an SVG file instead of taking the image we pass on. So I'll probably have to do some testing there. Cool.
This is sick. We're getting there now. I want to round out this image.
Yeah, let's wrap up, Harry.
Cool. I'm going to make this final change then. Round out the logo into a circle. So it just looks a little bit cleaner than a square. And we're there. Okay. So chat, from what I've heard so far, we want in part 2, we want to obviously improve the design of this and build out the other sections. Maybe do some super base stuff. So connect this to forms so that people can submit stuff and we can see that in our super base. What else would you want to see in part 2 that we could build out from this landing page?
It's a bit of a delay there with chat responses.
No worries. That looks sick, that logo now. Very happy with that.
So yeah, maybe while we get the answers, somebody's asking how to enable visual mode. So you just have to click on the select edit button in the composer chat, and that will enable edit mode, visual modes for you.
Cool. What I'll do is I'll publish this so everybody can have a look. The URL, if you can't see it, is hero-at-first-site.lovable.app.
Cool.
So feel free to go have a look at that.
All right. I'll start wrapping up while you publish that. I guess it's live now already. So that's it. Hit the button. That's for the standard publish. You can always connect to a custom domain, and that will require you to get a domain and connect it, but we can do that next session. Thank you so much, everyone attending. We have a bunch of these in our YouTube. We'll do more every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central European time. That's the standard time. We'll continue doing this, and we'll focus more on like Lovable, building stuff with Lovable. We've done a bunch of like partnership streams, but we're going back to the basics. So yeah, just stay tuned. Harry, thank you so much for joining us on this one. Any last words?
Thanks everybody for their ideas today. The horse stuff was incredible. We will keep that going. And I'm seeing some people in chat saying like, yeah, let's connect super bass and stuff like that. So subscribe to Lovable's YouTube, follow Lovable on Twitter. We'll do another session, part 2 on next Thursday. So just if you're subscribed, then we can get everybody locked in, and you can make sure we'll do the next one.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.